Hello, Decatur Township. It's Thursday. It's time for Coach's Corner. This is our first Coach's Corner of the 2025-2026 football season. I'm Jason Schanzel. With me, as always, is Coach Kyle Enright. How are you, Coach?
Doing great, doing great. Excited to get the season rolling, and we've been working hard for a long time, these guys have, so I'm excited to get it started officially tomorrow night.
Yeah, and I tell you, there's no sneaking up on anybody now. We've got the state title in our pocket. We've got a nice schedule coming up this year. I would argue it's one of the tougher schedules that you can get. Big change this year, though. When we get to sectional time, no more 5A opponents. We're in the big leagues. So what do you think about us moving up to 6A?
Yeah, you know, that's probably the question I've been asked the most over the course of the last 6 months is how can you guys compete in 6A? Well, it's kind of a funny deal because we don't really play in the 6A tournament until Halloween. So it's a long time away. It's not like your whole schedule changes. It's still a mid-state conference, which is a great conference to get you prepared for that. But, you know, we'll see come October. One of our goals every year is to be playing our best football, you know, when there's frost on the pumpkin. So happens to be on Halloween. We'll see who we draw. It's a great sectional, Lawrence North, Lawrence Central, and North Central. So never been in a sectional with those three schools. So that was interesting, but we know they're all three really good. Lawrence North's a top three school in the state. They very easily could have beat Brownsburg. They had them beat last year, and Brownsburg ended up winning the state championship, and they've got a lot of guys back. I know Coach Mallory well. I actually roomed with him at IU for a year.
Oh, nice. That's
in the
cool.
summer. We both played at IU. So Coach Mal does a great job. His son's on the team as one of their leaders, Breck. They've got, you know, a couple good skill players that get a lot of attention nationally. So we know it's going to be a challenge, but you know, that's what we've been building for the last 6 months is to try to compete with that.
Well, I think the theme I heard kind of at the end of the season from a lot of our players and from the coaching staff and yourself is like, yeah, let's go. We want to try this. We want this. We want to do this. And we think we're good enough to be here. So I'm kind of excited as well to see how everything goes.
It's exciting for the challenge. You know,
yeah, no doubt.
Our theme this year is kind of Mission Impossible. You know, kind of took that from the movie 300 where you're outnumbered. You know, anybody, any place kind of mantra. But, you know, I think at the end of the day, we set out to build depth. You know, no 5A team that's moved up to 6A has ever won the 6A state title. So why not be the first?
Exactly.
You know, these young men have accomplished a lot. This class of 26, it's been a special class for a long time. And I think they have the internal drive. It's why they're so good to take that next step and see where they're at. So I'm excited for it. See what they can do.
Well, not to kind of go back, but let's go back a little bit. Let's talk a little bit about our season last year. Banner season, first time we've ever, you know, done something in the history of the school. I mean, that's pretty huge, especially on the stage that is, you know, Indiana high school football and Friday Night Lights. We went all the way and won a state championship. I mean, let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, amazing season. You know, at some point as a coach, you kind of want to flip the page in the calendar to the next year. And it seems like one thing that I'm learning is that when you do win a state championship, it always comes up. It always comes back.
Oh, sure.
So rather than to try to dismiss that and move on too quickly, love talking about it because it can never be taken away from those kids.
Yeah,
you know?
Well, and I think you hear a lot of people that have been a part of one. Like I've been absolutely lucky and blessed to be surrounded by really great people, and I've been a part of a handful of state championships. And it means a lot now, but 10, 20 years down the road, it means everything. It's huge coming back and seeing these guys. So how do you feel about that 10 years from the road, you know, down the road?
Yeah, you know, at Warren Central, I was blessed to coach underneath Kevin Wright, who's an amazing coach. He's who gave me my first opportunity as a young man out of college. And really learned a lot from him. He's now back in high school football at Carmel, so I'm excited to see what he's going to do there. But and then I got to work under Steve Tutsi, who's a legend at Decatur Central and just a high energy, great guy. And then when he left, I got to work under John Hart. So, man, in 5 years at Warren, working for those three gentlemen,
checking off the list of legends.
You know, winning 4 state championships as an assistant coach, in my first 4 years of coaching. So, you know, it was kind of like, man, where do you go from here?
Sure.
You know, and the next step was to try to do it as a head coach. So, you know, it never gets old to win a state championship. And I think I think we'll remember it for a long time. So.
Agree. Well, we've got a really big season ahead of us this year. We have lofty goals, but I feel like we're very well equipped to reach some of those goals. So we are going to take a quick break here, and we're going to toss it over to our lovely lady in the booth, Avery Thompson. She's going to talk to some of our players, and then we're going to come back here shortly, and we're going to talk about our first opponent, the Avon Fighting Football Orioles.
Awesome.
All
yes,
right.
Sir.
Thank you, Schanzel. Hi, everyone. I'm Avery Thompson, and I'm currently sitting down with Bo Polston, Kasmir Hicks, Pharrell Carter, and Alec Surber. Are you guys having a good morning?
Yeah.
Great morning.
Your day's going good? A little tired?
Yeah, it's a little bit.
Okay, well, today I'm going to be asking them a few icebreaker questions. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Born ready.
Our first one is, if you could have an ultimate supply of one thing, what would it be?
Money.
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 Food.
I would say money as well.
If you were a basketball player, what would your walkout song be?
It says baseball.
Same difference.
Mo Bamba.
You can grab it. Respect the Game by Meek Mill.
Something by Taylor Swift.
Pony by Genuine.
What is your favorite milkshake flavor?
Strawberry.
Vanilla.
Vanilla.
Strawberry banana.
Would you rather travel to the past or the future?
I'd rather travel to the past.
Why?
No, I don't want to, rush things and, just live in the moment.
Got something
Go
you
see
need
all
to
the old
redo?
memories. No, I don't think so. What about you guys?
I would travel to the past just because I just want to see what was going on in 1980, just how the world was like.
Yeah, I would say the past.
I would definitely travel to the past and see how the 1990s were.
What animal do you think best represents your personality? I'm a little scared for this one.
I'll say a lion.
I would say the Black Panther.
I would say a tiger.
A toucan.
Last couple questions. Who's your guys' favorite cartoon character?
Barney.
I would say Riley and Huey from Boondocks.
I would say SpongeBob.
I'll just say Mickey Mouse.
And last one, if you guys could have one superpower, what would it be and why?
I just want to fly, get places faster. So teleportation, so I can just get places faster.
LTFO.
Yep.
I would go invincible just because, it just seems fine.
I would say be able to read people's minds.
I would say teleport.
Thank you guys for being here. Back to you, Schanzel.
All right. Thanks so much, Avery. Thanks to Pharrell Carter, Kaz Hicks, Alec Surber, and Bo Polston for all of your insight and getting in here on your own time and telling us a little bit about yourselves. So we're going to actually get into the Avon Orioles. Coach, I don't know a way to really describe them except for they're better than their records have been.
Yeah, to be honest, they played Brownsburg in the sectional last year, and it was Brownsburg's, other than Lawrence North, it was Brownsburg's closest game in the sectional. Yeah. Now, Avon and Brownsburg are rivals, so, that plays a little bit of part in it, but they're in the HCC. It's, to me, overtaking the MIC as the best conference in the state, with the MIC kind of disbanding a little bit with Carmel and Center Grove. But every week in the HCC is a dogfight, and they competed in every game, and they've got a lot of players back. So Rob Gibson does a good job over there. We scrimmage them, not this summer because we play them, but the last 2 summers, and you can kind of see their progression. So we know them a little bit. We've seen them on film. They've got some really good skill players. They've got a good line. They have more one-way players than we do, obviously, as most teams will. But, we like our chances to go over there and compete.
Yeah.
I love being on the road when I played as a coach, kind of us against the world mentality. But going on the road week 1 at a 6A school who's pretty proud and has a good program, we're excited for it. So.
Well, the thing that keeps coming back to my mind is they remind me of back in the 2017, 2018, 2016 days when we would go in sectional and go up to Zionsville and play Zionsville. You get up there and they're 3-7, and then you're like, whoa.
Yeah, they got some dudes.
Yeah. And so I feel like Avon's akin to that. Like, you're going to go over there and you're going to go, okay.
Yeah.
I
mean, their defensive tackle is 6'1", 320 and can move. They've got another defensive tackle next to him that's just a beast getting off the ball. Their inside backers look like college inside linebackers. They're 6'1", 235, big dudes.
Yep.
They got skill players that can run. Got a quarterback that's really a 3-year starting quarterback. He was injured last year, but Cameron, he's in the 7-on-7 circuit and does a great job. Gets the ball out quick, efficiently. So, they've got some players.
Yeah.
We know that, and it's going to be a challenge, but we're up for it.
Yeah, and I tell you what, though, our cupboard is not bare either. Even after winning a state championship, I told a lot of people that I spoke to, I said, look, guys, we didn't lose a lot of guys. We maybe lost some depth guys, but our key people are still here. And I feel real confident about how we can go in and we can actually come out of those first 2 weeks. Nobody wants to play those two guys, and we are between Avon and New Pal, and I think we can come out of there 2-0.
Well, that would be great.
Yeah.
But, going into this offseason, we wanted to build depth. We knew we had 9 returning starters on offense, 9 returning starters on defense. And the bottom line is to compete in 6A, you have to have your number 23 through 44 players have to be able to go in when guys are tired, when guys get injured. It's a long, grueling season. I really feel like we've done that with Coach Lane, really working these guys all off season. His program's just elite. But we've gotten guys that have made enough gains to be able to say our second unit is pretty damn good. I would take our second unit against any school in the mid-state, and we'd be okay.
That may be the most exciting part about Decatur Central Hawk football this year is seeing guys that are going to fill those holes that we're missing, seeing guys step up and kind of come into their own, and guys, blossom and grow into really good football players. And I think you'll say as well, last year at the beginning of the year, we had guys that were still transitioning to that. And then by the time we got to the state finals or got to the playoffs, those guys were there. They had arrived. And I think that's going to happen a lot this year, I feel.
Absolutely. Really excited about the progress of a few guys that maybe you're used to seeing on one side of the ball that I think are going to shock some people on the other side of the ball. And again, I feel like at Decatur Central, we do a very good job of not pigeonholing our guys into playing one position. Hey, they come in as a freshman, you look like a corner, you're a corner, and they're stuck at corner in a big program for 4 years. Braylon Morris is going to pop off this year on offense.
Exact guy I had in my mind.
Michael Campbell, Colton Eisen, a guy that you probably didn't even expect to play offense, has looked really good in the summer. So just excited to see football players play football and not just try to put guys on one side of the ball. But in order to do that, you have to have good depth. So, that's what we've been building. Our kids have done a great job, and we're excited for what they've done, the work they've put in to see where we're at.
Yeah, and I'm also interested to see, the first week coming back off a state championship, you're playing on the road against a dangerous opponent. I think that's going to tell you a lot about our group of guys. And
it is, but I'll tell you this: we got BTA'd by Columbus North last year. Week 1, and it really switched our mindset on, and that's why I love playing great opponents week 1 too.
Oh gosh, yeah.
New Pal's been a great rivalry because it shows what you need to improve. So our kids know that. We went into last year's Columbus North game maybe a little overconfident. Confidence is fine, but you can't be overconfident. So we'll see what happens, but at the end of the day, it's not the end of the world, win or loss.
All right.
But I think we know the feeling that the expectations that were from the beginning of last season and what happened week 1, and hopefully we can learn from that.
Well, I tell you what, come this Friday, 7 p.m. at Avon High School, you're going to get a chance to see your defending 5A state football champions take on the Avon Orioles. You're going to see Coach on the sideline and all of our talent on the field.
Neon night.
Neon night. Bring your neon. Pretend it's 1990. And we're all your neon. So we look forward to seeing you guys out at Avon High School. Coach, thanks so much for your time today. And go Hawks.
Awesome. Go Hawks.